Ladies and gentlemen, where do I begin? Because there's a lot to talk about on this video. There's just a lot. There's a lot. Is it the pool party? Or is it the aftermath of the pool party? Aftermath of the pool party where we had Nomy giving, or rather reiterating and redemanding loyalty and, exclusivity from Cassie, all for a ship. Where do I begin? Or do I begin with the WAGER presentation? You know what? I think it's appropriate that we begin with the WAGER presentation because there's a lot to talk about from there, and then we will then build it up to the pool party and all the shenanigans that happened. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I was watching that pool party last night, and in a way, it kind of felt like a Love Island type of pool party because, hey, everybody was just coupling up, just looking for who to just couple up with, and there were some interesting pairings that I did not think would ever really get to where they were yesterday. You know what? Let's begin with the WAGER presentation, all right? And then, of course, there's going to be another video where I will share details and proper analysis of conversations that actually happened, between GODDESSA and Barry, and then just different types of conversations that happened before the WAGER presentation. That's a very, very interesting video. So please make sure you do not miss out on that one as well. All right. But anyways, you're all welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you are here on Saturday. I think that's tomorrow, 3 p.m. WAT for our YouTube live conversation. Please do not miss out. There's a lot to analyze. There's a lot to dissect, and I look forward to engaging your mind. Yes, please do not miss out. There's a lot of controversial topics that came up in the house this week that I really want to go over again with every single one of you. So make sure you come through. Do not miss out. All right. Anyways, quickly, let's proceed with the rest of the video. All right. So first off, massive congratulations to the housemates on winning their WAGER presentation. No, what am I even saying? Why should I congratulate the housemates? Nah, they don't deserve it. So this congratulatory message is going to be for only a few people. It's going to be for Neche, Sultex, a bit of Cassie, a bit of Flora, and a bit of Oyi. You see the rest of the housemates? Fuck them all. Yes. As far as this WAGER win is concerned, fuck them all. They do not deserve it. Yeah. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, anyways, we've been talking about it all week. The nuisance that they constituted this week. I'm not even dwelling on how they undermined the head of house, but how they dragged their feet. How they blatantly refused to rehearse. How the head of house was literally having to beg them to come and rehearse. Shameless bunch of adults. I mean, I understand everybody is playing a game. Everybody wants to catch their own highlight. But to the point of starving and then not even giving an actual fuck. You want to win, but you don't want to put in the work? Nah. See, Big Brother has changed. I wish this was previous seasons, where Big Brother would only give a house a win if the energy with which they used to prepare for the WAGER also matched the energy that they used to perform. I'm telling you, because that was how it was before. If the energy during preparation did not match the energy during the presentation itself, Big Brother would use that as a basis to not give them a win. So, see, I was just wishing that was how Big Brother would be rating these housemates' performances for every week. But you see, I just want to believe that it was just for the sake of Neche and Sultex, who had put in so much work, who had burned themselves. Neche especially losing her voice over and over again. My God. The rest of the house does not deserve the win. Yeah, just for the sake of the people I've mentioned. But the rest, they do not deserve the win. Now, it was also very obvious that even Big Brother himself was not particularly impressed But let it not look like, he didn't really have anything of note to at least appreciate from the effort that he put into the presentation. He just decided to just give some people some honorable mentions. So he gave honorable mentions to Yusuf, Tram, and Barry for the Men in Black role they played in the performance, and also to Sultex, because if Big Brother had not given Sultex his flowers, trust me, we would have had a problem, because Sultex was really amazing in that whole performance. He was amazing. And in a way, he also sort of gave Neche flowers and told her that all of her hard work really paid off. And that was where he had declared that they had won. And the part that really pissed me off the most was watching how the housemates, they were so excited, especially the annoying saboteurs. Yep. Shiba, Goddessa, Araga, a bit of Tram, because Tram also constituted a bit of nuisance. In fact, just a lot of them. They were so happy. See the way they were jumping and shouting. And do you know why they were jumping and shouting? I'm going to be petty right now. Do you know why they were jumping and shouting? Because you see those people I mentioned, they are the ones that eat like gluttons in that house. When they want to cook, you just see the way they cook. They cook as if they are on honeymoon. They'll pack meat, pack chicken, pack turkey. They'll fry it, they'll boil it. Then they'll go and sit down outside in the garden and be using it to drink gari. Criminals. Broad daylight criminals. But come and put in the work. They were just dilly-dallying. So annoying. Getting all excited. And you see, I loved what Neche did after they won. When they got into the house, she addressed the house. She had already informed Big Brother during her diary session that after the presentation, she was going to address the house, regardless of the outcome. And that was exactly what she did. And you see the way she spoke to the housemates. The things she said. Oh my days. My respect for Neche doubled over. I said, yes, this is a leader. I love the fact that she emphasized on the fact that leadership is not about shouting. It's not about control. It's about taking care of the people that have been put in your hands to care for. Because that was exactly what people had told her in the diary room. You don't have to be harsh. You don't have to be hard. She told them, she said, I know that a lot of you felt like, oh, I'm weak. I'm not strong enough. I'm not using iron hand to shout at all of you. But that is not leadership. Leadership is about caring for the people that are put under your care. And you see, whilst she was speaking, they were all silent as a mouse. None of them did. It felt like they poured cold water on their stubborn, burning heads. Because it felt like for the first time that week, they realized that they had all behaved like assholes. I love the fact that she also reminded them that if you think, oh, because you don't like somebody that is leading you either in as the director or the head of house, and you want to sabotage the wager and you want to constitute a nuisance, at the end of the day, you need to remember that you're not doing this wager for that person or for yourself. You're doing it for everybody. If we lose, we go hungry, we starve. We win, we enjoy the fruit of our labor at the end of the day. She said a whole lot, and they were so quiet, and they were listening. And you could see the shame on the faces of those ones that were the saboteurs. I was giving Neche a standing ovation as she was talking. Gave her flowers because when we compare Chimsom's head of house reign and Shiba's head of house reign, and we're giving this one flowers, and then we're picking on this one, and then we're saying that, this one did not do well, this one did not do better. At least we saw a different style to Neche's head of house style, or rather leadership style. And realized that it can also be this way. And it can also be better this way. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you think the housemates actually deserved that win, or you also agree with me that just for the sake of Neche and Sultex and maybe Cassie and the other ones who did not necessarily stress the entire process, maybe at least they should just get the win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, still speaking about the saboteurs of the wager rehearsals. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you noticed that at the pool party, Godessa was literally, it felt like she was almost going to be doing jumping jacks. It felt like she was almost going to be doing some serious exercises. It felt like she was almost going to be doing a relay race in the garden during the pool party. In case you don't understand what I mean, let me rephrase. Let me put it in a better way. The same Godessa that was limping for 2 days, that had a bandage tied around her knee, the same Godessa that could not play the Super Commando challenge on Wednesday, the same Godessa that was an invalid for 2 days, like, oh, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick. And Araga and Barry, they were just, smothering her with love, care, and attention, making food for her, massaging her leg, doing everything for her. The same Godessa who was limping up the stairs and then getting into the arena, she needed assistance to get into the arena. The same Godessa whom during the wager presentation itself, when her role was supposed to be like the witches and wizard that was tormenting the character that Sultex was playing, she was kind of limping as she was doing it. She was doing like just small, she and Nomy, like they don't have bones in their body. That was the same Godessa that the moment Big Brother opened the garden doors for the housemates to go outside and party, boom, the leg was healed. Godessa had taken off her bandage. Godessa was literally striding like a giant to that front, that mirror. You see that front of mirror that she liked? She was already there and she was already whining and grinding. She could even bend over and twerk. She could even bend over and grind Araga. The same Godessa's knees were healed. Ladies and gentlemen, I put out a tweet because I was shocked. Like, I'm not even, this is not me trying to exaggerate. I was genuinely shocked because I was looking at this girl and I'm like, indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. What a miracle. How did her knee heal so fast? Eba mio. Ladies and gentlemen, I was looking at this girl, like, I'm not even kidding you all. I was confused as fuck. Because I was looking at this girl like, how the hell did that happen so fast? See, I do not want to begin to speculate anything. But a part of my mind could not help but wonder if Godessa partially faked and prolonged, the said knee pain that she said she was experiencing. I mean, I'm not doubting the fact that she possibly sprained her knee. I'm not doubting it, right? However, when you think about the timeliness, though, I mean, that situation, I think it happened on Tuesday, right? And hey God, guys, I don't want to overthink it. But it was really shocking. It was really shocking for me because I was just wondering, I said, nah, Godessa cannot affect this her knee situation because it doesn't make sense that she would want to sabotage the wager and then because of that, she would then pretend to have a knee pain and then not participate in the Super Commando task. I mean, who doesn't want to participate in that task? Who doesn't want to? I mean, it was Big Brother that told her, to sit this one out. Hey, God. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Because she's still, that same knee, she still carried it inside that pool and was whining and grinding on Araga. Like the way she was even bending over. I'm like, sister. So I came to the conclusion that it could have been possible that she had a knee pain at some point. Maybe at that point in time when that thing happened, right? Maybe up to when they had a Super Commando task. But then it could also be possible that she prolonged the condition and possibly made it look like her knee was still in excruciating discomfort, right? just so that she doesn't have to do too much during the rehearsals. Because how is it that immediately they declare that they won the wager? Boom, bandages off, knees were flying up in the air, twerking against the lover, that kind of thing. Right. I'm not going to dispute that as a fact because these housemates, there's nothing that they cannot do to play this game. They will do the most. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just my own suspicion. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, especially those of you that are doctors in the house. Please let me know. If you're a doctor, you work with bones, let me know if it is possible for such a healing to happen so fast like that, because I am still baffled, still shocked. Now, speaking of the pool party, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, there was just a lot happening at the pool party. The pool party turned to Love Island. It was like a serious metamorphosis from being Big Brother's house to being the Love Island that we normally watch, right? I mean, let's even start from the pairing that was, kind of interesting to me. Let's begin with Tram and Sheba. We know that they are friends, right? Or could there be more to what they have? Because the way Sheba was grinding and working on Tram, it was interesting. Very interesting. I mean, I was thinking that she was going to do that with Ricky, which she did just for a bit inside the pool. But Sheba was with Tram for the most part of the night. And Tram, I'm sorry to say, but that guy was just so awkward. It felt like he didn't know what to do with his hands. At some point, I almost carried my slippers. My friend, put that hand on that bum. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't you know what to do with your hands? It was so annoying because she kept on backing it up. And this dude, he'll be like, it felt like at some point, was it Cassie that was beside them? It felt like at some point, Cassie was trying to tell him that, dude, rock this woman properly. Because there was a song that was playing and Sheba was just grinding. And Tram was like this. It was that dancing fast. Say, lodo, rabata. And Sheba, she used wire and cord and flog that your neck. Oh, lodo, are you a baby? When this kind of music is playing, that is not the time for you to be doing. No. When a woman is in front of you as a man and a fast music is playing, that is not the time for you to start showing that you can dance, dance. Calm down and hold the woman back properly. Position her well in front of you and go with the rhythm. If she's grinding this way, maybe you can give her this style and rock this way, and then you're also, rocking this way. And this stupid boy just did not know what to do with your hands. Are you a baby? By our shit. It was so annoying. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the closeness between those two people during the pool party, it was quite interesting. Tram at some point even carried Sheba on his chest, and then guess what? They cuddled. They cuddled that night. Now, I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but as far as I'm concerned, if Sheba is going to explore a ship with Tram, guys, I won't be mad about it because I've been saying this from the start of this season that I would love to see the dynamics between an older babe and a younger guy. I think Sheba is 33 or 30, I'm not really sure, and Tram is 24. She obviously is much more experienced in life and, more mature. So I would love to see the dynamics between those two if they were to get into a ship. I really want to see it. Yeah, and I also want to see how Tram can handle a woman like Sheba, because Sheba is really a grown woman, a mom of one. So she has experience handling young boys, right? Her son is 9. So I want to see how that relationship will work. Ladies and gentlemen, if you feel me, say yes, my sister. Just say yes, my sister in the comment section. Anyways, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, there was Chimsom Chuka in his hunter mode. Chimsom Chuka, the way this guy was hunting Bluthopia, it was quite interesting to watch. Now, it did not start at the pool party. This entire week, Chimsom Chuka has been really chasing Bluthopia, right? For a sheep. He's been all up in her face, all up in her business. Bluthopia has been sort of playing hard to get sometimes. Other times, she's been indulging him, giving him attention. Chimsom is trying to move away from the whole Kamsi Gerard triangle. And with the look of things now, Kamsi has officially chosen Gerard. But from time to time, you still see her trying to go back to Chimsom just to, I don't know, whether to look for his trouble or whatever she intends doing. Now, Chimsom was with Bluthopia, and that guy looks thirsty. Let me just put it that way. That guy looks thirsty. He always has this thirsty look, like man has been starved of knacking for how long? For a long time. And there are some things I've been hearing about Chimsom in that house. I don't want to talk about it because, see, this season, yeah, fuck all the housemates. I don't care. So I don't want to talk about it. But the guy looked really, really thirsty. Yeah. And that was the person he was with. Moving away from them, there was Yusuf and Bells. You see those two smooth criminals? If I catch those two people, I'll put them in confinement. Because those two people, maybe they are doing, we are just friends, we are just friends. If you see the way they were rocking. Hey! Bells. The way Bells was rocking this guy. I said, by now, yeah, these people, they probably would have knocked in this house. So they are saying that they have, I say, yeah, okay, we will find out the day it happens. Because the way they were rocking, it felt like, oh my God, where have you been all these days? Because they broke up and then they are back together. It's as if they want to catch up. They are playing catch up of all the nights that they had missed hanging out with each other. Anyways, still talking about couples, Kamsi and Gerard. You see that Kamsi? When the show is over, we need to carry that girl, put her in the middle and lay hands on her and do some casting and binding. Because I feel like that girl, she has an identity crisis going on. She actually mentioned something like that to Big Brother during her diary session this week. She has an identity crisis going on. She's this kind of person that calls herself a Jesus baby. She believes in God. She's a church girl through and through, right? But then she's in Big Brother's house and it's like, all these kids that come from all these families where they are very strict, where they don't allow them to go out, they don't allow them to do certain things, and then they just throw them into the wild, where they see people naked and partying, and all of a sudden, all sense of morality flies out of their head, and they just feel like, boom, I can sow my wild oats here. I can just go crazy here. That is how Kamsi is behaving in Big Brother's house. The girl is acting like she has been in a cage for a very long time, yeah? And I can totally relate because I was raised that way as well. My dad was so strict, he wouldn't allow you be outside the house at 7 p.m. in the evening. What the hell are you doing outside? My friend, get inside and go and read a book. That was how my dad raised me, right? And my siblings. So when I look at Kamsi, I can totally relate. She looks like she's been in a box for a long time and now she has been unleashed to the world. It's like, go! And so your wild oats. And that's exactly what she was doing. Because in the pool, even the way she was rocking with Gerard. Yeah. The same thing she did last week during the last pool party where they carried her and they were doing bah. They were grinding her like this. That was the same thing she was doing with Gerard. And I was looking at this girl. I said, my sister, there's no harm in you having your fun. No, me, I'm all for it. My sister, have fun. But tomorrow, don't come and before me selective amnesia. Like, I can't even remember what I did, said. Because that's what she does. She'll claim that she doesn't remember what she did. She'll blame it on alcohol. But she was shy enjoying herself. And what else can a woman do? Enjoy your life, my sister. Anyways, moving on. There was Ricky and Neche. Ladies and gentlemen, you see those two people? Ego will not be the end of them. Their ego, will be smarting. Both of them, they've been avoiding each other, but they're quite cordial. They're really, really cordial. Like they talk to each other. When Neche won the head of house, Ricky especially went to go and hug her. And in a way, I kind of feel like that is why Sheba has been giving Neche the stank eye. Because Sheba wanted to start a ship with Ricky. after her diary session last week, she wanted to start a ship with Ricky, right? And she was giving Ricky attention and all of that. Then she had mentioned that she was in a relationship to Ricky and whatnot, whatnot. But then Ricky has equally been giving Neche a lot of attention, but he has not outrightly come out to tell Neche that, oh, I want to be with you because of that whole situation with Nomy in week 1. I feel like Shiba has seen that, okay, this guy, even though he wants to kiss me all the time, he's still going back to Neche. So probably that's the reason she's now giving Tram all her attention. Yeah? Anyways, about Ricky and Neche. They were in the pool. They were one of the first persons to get into the pool. Now, they were behind the waterfall. And look at them. Both of them were here. But Ricky was not making a move to dance with Neche. Neither was Neche doing the same thing. You could tell that they so badly wanted to connect with each other and dance with each other. But their stupid, bloody, smelling, annoying, rubbish ego did not allow both of them to make the move. It felt like a battle of the egocentric people. Eh? It's like, if you don't make a move, I will not make a move. I said, look at these two buyers. This is how people will be punishing yourself in this house. Just make a move and dance. What is there? But it's a thing of who will move to the other person first. Ricky wants Neche to come to him first. Neche says, lie, I am the woman. I do not chase. If you want me, you have to chase me. And I love her for it. In fact, I want her to continue like that. But I see that Ricky, that guy is pissing me off. Forming lazy man up and down. You cannot chase a position in wager presentation. You cannot fight for a role. You cannot fight to be director. You cannot fight to be script writer. You cannot fight to be storyteller. You cannot even pursue a woman. What then can you chase in that house, Ricky? Somebody tell me, what then? What can Ricky chase in that house? You want everything to chase you. Positive mental attitude, are busy daily affirmation. You are forming daily affirmation inside Big Brother's house. You want everything to be chasing you, man. The hell. So annoying. Anyways, moving on. Now, fast forward to after the pool party. Ladies and gentlemen, the conversations. Let's begin with the one that happened between Chimsom and GODDESSA. Ladies and gentlemen, all our speculations about GODDESSA is right. Yes, she's a gamer, a ruthless gamer, a very, very, what's the right word now? A very vindictive player. Yeah, a vindictive player. She does not shy away from saying whatever she wants to say, even if it's the most brutal things. I don't want to call it facts because it could be subject to interpretation. Now, what do I mean? Chimsom was, as usual, in his bragging element, they were talking about a lot of things. And then he was telling GODDESSA about Kamsi's new thing with Gerard and said, oh, Kamsi told him that it's because Bluthopia is his friend or is her friend. That's the reason why she has allowed for both of them to be. That if she wants to have him, she will come and get him. And GODDESSA made a statement like, what does she mean? That does she even think she has the sex appeal? You see, when I heard that, I was laughing. I'm not going to lie. I was laughing. Yes, I'm not nice. I was laughing. However, I'm like, that is such a low blow from GODDESSA about Kamsi. But then I do not blame her because GODDESSA is playing this mind games with the guys in the house, with some of the guys in the house. She wants to be the alpha female of the pack. Even Shiba that she's friends with, she recognizes that Shiba also has main character energy and a strong personality, of course. So it's like there's a competition between both of them about who is the king of boys in the house. So every time she has conversations with these guys, she puts down the other girls. She makes them believe that she's the sexiest female in the house. She's the only female that has a very, very great sex appeal, right? Her femme fatale is lethal. That's what she puts in their head. And on my next video, you'll find out why. So when they were talking about Kamsi, she was already washing the girl to Chimsom. Then they moved the conversation to the couch, and Chimsom was saying that he likes his woman to be very aesthetic, like aesthetically pleasing, slim, fine, sexy, that kind of thing. That he likes Kamsi, but he just feels like she doesn't really put in the work. And Godessa, of course, was like, she doesn't even put in the effort, SEF. That Jimmy working out, she doesn't even work out. She doesn't even put it, like, in other words, just basically saying that Kamsi just allows herself to just be, like, doesn't really take care of herself, like probably her weight and also the way she looks around the house. She doesn't take time to look nice, look pretty, other kind of thing. But at least Bluephopia actually tries in that regard. And once again, same thing I said before was the same thing I said, that this girl, well done, oh, well done. Put down all the women so that you are the only one that you see as the king of boys. But what do you think about that conversation? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, another conversation, this one was between what's her name, Nomy and Kamsi in the kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to first state that for the past 2 days, Nomy has been silent in that house. She's been sort of MIA, brooding and sulking in her punishment zone, right? Not necessarily mingling a lot, except when there's like a sponsored task and she's in a group. And of course, she has to interact with the people in there. But she's been almost MIA in the house, almost out to the point of disappearance. And she did not have a diary session. A lot of you have been asking me about her diary session. Big Brother did not call her. So, last night, after the pool party, she found her voice again. And guess what? She knew that she has been MIA. She has not had any highlights for this week. And so the first thing she started talking about the moment she found her voice was Tram. And Cassie, of course, started telling Kamsi that, yeah, she likes Cassie, but she wants the guy to choose between herself and Tram because she cannot have a guy that she's fucking with, be fucking with her enemy. That the guy is a small rat, that the guy irritates her so much. That's Tram. She's just saying all sorts of things. And Kamsi too was like, oh yeah, she understands this and that, this and that. And then Nomy still maintained her stance. This is the same thing she said to Cassie on Monday in the Head of House Lounge, that Cassie has to choose. She kept on saying that that is the ultimatum. And then later on, she had that same conversation with Cassie, that he has to choose. He cannot be with both her and Tram. That at least he has to create boundaries. In other words, he should not be laughing with Tram at all. That is just, for example, this was an example she had actually given to Kamsi when they were speaking. Said, when Cassie had issues with Goddessa, Araga was not laughing with Cassie. Araga instead was sort of defending his babe. That is what she wants. I say, oh, aside you wanting someone that will inherit your beef, you also want someone that when you have an altercation with another person, they will come and be defending you and they'll come and fight your fight for you. See, I don't even know what to say about this Nomy girl again. The girl is just a handful. But you see, Cassie was still standing his ground that it's not going to be fair. He can't do such a thing, blah, 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 blah. But I'm still waiting to see how he's going to conduct himself between these two people because Cassie has a very, very solid relationship with Tram. And when he had his diary session yesterday, Big Brother had actually advised him that a true friend will not want you to inherit their enemies. A true friend will want you to hold them accountable for their actions. Biggie had advised Cassie. So when Nomy brought that conversation again, we did not see the end of the conversation, shall. So I don't know what he finally resolved to do. But then, much later, into the deep of the night, he and Nomy, they went straight to Nomy's bed to go and sleep together. So now I'm wondering, has he finally, buckled over and accepted Nomy's terms and conditions? Or is he going to play her by her own game? What exactly has Cassie resolved to do? Ladies and gentlemen, we will have to watch closely. Watch his relationship with Tram, if it's going to dwindle or if it's going to remain same. I don't know. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, there was also Tammy and Keivo. Tammy does not want to be lovers with Keivo anymore. As a matter of fact, I don't even understand what those two people are doing. Those two children I don't understand what they are doing. Nothing much to say there. She just wants them to be friends, simple and short. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, basically, ladies and gentlemen, that is that. There's going to be another video, as I informed you before. But in the meantime, share your thoughts about this one in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.